If you've been here before, you know that I have lived by this code for a while. And if you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you checking out this video. There are things that we use gear-wise that need to be optimized. And by getting an accessory or multiple accessories to help that optimization is key. So let's get into this accessory that you probably know exactly what it is, considering you probably looked at the title of this video. Welcome back to the Rebel Tech channel. I'm Justin, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Zoom F6 bag. More specifically, the Zoom F6 Stinger K-Tek bag. And this bag is amazing. It really does help my use of the Zoom F6 while I'm in the field, on shoots, and just about anything that I need to hold it alongside myself without having to worry about jostling it around. There is a track where you could put it in your belt, but I highly recommend just getting a bag. Most audio recordists and audio boom operators or whatever it is, they use a bag because it's just easier and it makes things just kind of more seamless when it comes to your audio recording and makes your job easier. So if you make your job easier, usually it makes your work a little bit better. Now, there are two major modifications that I made to this, but we'll get into it in a little bit. What I want to get into first is the stock bag that comes out of the box and the things that you're going to get, and just basically the construction of it. Basically, if you've been here before, you know that when I do microphone reviews, I talk about the builds first. So this is essentially the build part of the video. Also, before we get into this, hit the like button if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. It'd be greatly appreciated. Now let's talk about this build. So first off, the build of this is really nice. It's very sturdy. It's very well made, and it's not that expensive. It's just one of those things that you know that it was taken care of, meaning that the people that put this together, K-Tek, who work in conjunction with Zoom, I assume they do because they have the Zoom logo right in front of it. And I've mentioned this before in a couple of videos, and actually this is kind of a payoff to the original series of videos for the Zoom F6 that I made over a year ago. So I'm glad no one pointed it out, and I'm glad that no one has complained about that. But here it is. We're talking about it now. So there are plenty of configurations and different places to put wires and stuff like that. But as far as the construction of it, it's very nice, very well made. The seams are very sturdy. Doesn't look like it's gonna fall apart or bust at the seams. And very well made. I keep saying that, but you're gonna hear that throughout this video. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is the zippers on the side, where you would have your XLR ports and your side options for the Zoom F6. These zippers are very well made. I haven't had any issues with it. I've had it for over a year now, so I never really had a problem with the zippers being compromised in any way, and they're very well made. If you know any type of zipper configuration, it's very difficult to get a good zipper. And I've had plenty of things with bags and tech, and there's actually one right behind me. I have a Gator bag, and it works great. I've had it for over 10 years, and I used to use it when I traveled and did some audio gigs like that. My early days of doing it when I had a big mixer with me. But for the most part, this zipper configuration is really nice. Has little tassels, not the sexy kind, but tassels. To help you zip it up. So diving a little bit deeper with the zippers here, basically you don't have to worry about getting to any of your XLR ports or adjusting the volume of the headphones, turning it on and off, all stuff like that. It might get a little crammed if you are using multiple channels on one side, but for the most part, if you're using one or two things coming out of it, you don't really have a problem. You could get your fingers in there, and I have decent sized hands, so it doesn't really bother me too much. When it comes to using lavs and wireless transmitters within this, you might lose one or two XLR ports because of the configuration of it. depending on the wireless transmitter you have. I have an AVX system by Sennheiser, and the only way to get it in is by blocking the center XLR port, so you lose a port. But for the most part, I don't think I've used more than 4 XLR ports in a shoot. Maybe one day I'll have to, and that is where this thing kind of gets a little wonky. But for the most part, if you're not using more than 4 inputs with this bag, you should be fine. Alright, so let's move on to the front part where you see the face of the Zoom F6. If you are using, I highly recommend using the L series batteries with the Zoom F6. The reason why I say to use the big ones is because you get a more snug fit and it doesn't jostle around in the bag as much. And the thing is, this battery here, I've done full day shoots and used like 4 inputs all at once, recording simultaneously, and this didn't run out in a single day. Now, sure, there are certain things that could have helped it. I turned it off a lot of times when I was just taking a break or whatever it is, but if you're running it consistently, usually one of these will last you. But bring extra batteries. Just bring extra batteries. Be prepared. Remember, a good thing that I learned from a former boss of mine, 1 is none is a great thing to live by. So if you have 1 of something and it goes bad, then you got nothing. So if you have 2 of something and 1 goes bad, you got a backup. So be prepared. So like I said, the front part, I don't have any problems with my fingers adjusting the knobs and adjusting anything in the menu and stuff like that. You can use the app, which I want to do a follow-up video on the app. If you're interested in something about the app and the Bluetooth adapter, let me know down in the comments. I'm gonna write something up for a script for a video. Moving on to the back, where you would have the L series battery in there. It's a bit snug when you're using the plate on top. If you're putting this in the bag, I don't recommend using it with the plate that comes on top, that goes on top. That's usually just when you put it on a tripod and you got the camera on top or something like that. I would just use the regular Zoom F6 without that mount on top of it. Just a recommendation. It does fit. It will fit. And I'm too lazy to take it off, so it's fit in there. It's just a bit snug. So when you're using it, take that off, make your life a little bit easier. And swapping out the batteries, you just sneak it out the back, swap it, and that's it. You could do a hot swap if you like, if you're using the AA batteries as well. And also, that buckle there, ooh, oh yeah, listen to that, right up there. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a nice buckle. Little ASMR. I'm gonna do it one more time. Oh yeah, sexy buckle. All right, moving on. Don't get too excited. Now the last couple of things. The strap, very well made. They have this like kind of padded section that would rub against you, so that's a very nice addition right here on both sides. So it kind of stays in a nice spot. It really just conforms to your body. And me, Mr. Love Handles here, just trying to lose some weight here. But if you are a person of that and you got some extra cushion for the pushing, yeah, I said it. Yeah, it's not too uncomfortable. And this strap has a buckle, so you could take it on and off. Another. Oh yes. Oh yeah. One more time. Oh yeah. Moving on. Don't get too excited. Like I said, this strap is very comfortable, but I will say the first modification that I made, I got this seatbelt cushion, so that you would have for a regular seatbelt in your car. And it works fantastically. It's just a little Velcro setup here, and you just put it around that, and you don't have to worry about rubbing it against your neck. Pretty sweet. You can get a pack of 2, I think, for like 15 bucks on Amazon or whatever it is, or wherever you get your like cushions. I don't know where people buy cushions like that, but I guess you get it from Walmart or whatever. And the last thing about the strap is this is one of the best things they could have added. So with the adjustment, it's pretty long. So if I take this off, it's like a fruit roll-up. If you fruit by the foot, that kind of thing. If you're a 90s kid, you know exactly. I think they still sell it. I don't know. But this strap is effing long. So they have this little elastic thing here to make it easier on you. And you just roll it up, the excess, just like a fruit by the foot. And then what you do is you take the strap, you wrap it around, and there you go. You don't have to worry about it dangling or bumping into anything, getting caught on anything, whatever it is. And it makes it pretty seamless. I really love this bag. I really do. It's fantastic. It's so good. And some little things here and there I will point out. There's little like straps, like little like places you could hang things and stuff like that, which leads me to the second accessory that I bought for this. Well, technically I've had it for a while, but it's something that you can get, and it's a pouch or sack. All right, so this sack is basically just a little thing that you can put on your belt or whatever, and has 2 buttons here. You get these on Amazon. They're pretty standard, pretty easy stuff, but they got 2 zippers there. But the cool thing is, you could take these 2, and I'll show you a little up close in the B-roll. And I covered this in my accessories video, but I'm dedicating this video strictly to the bag, just so you know. And this sits right there, nice, perfect, and just easy to leave extra batteries. If you wanted to have 1 extra L series battery, you pop it in there in your sack. And yeah, there's a nice mesh little thing. There's places to put a pen if you are into writing things down or whatever it is. I don't know, you put like chewing gum or whatever it is. I don't know what you want. Whatever you want to put in there. Just about anything you want. Alright, so now that we're done with the build, I will show you a bit of a dive into how I wear it, and I've shown you some B-roll, but let's get up and walk around with it and just show you how I use it and give you some maybe tips on how I get around like tangling my wires or whatever it is. Just how I basically use it on set or use it in any kind of working position. Alright, so this is roughly how I would set things up with this bag, and got my pole with my XLR cable coming through here. Obviously this is a little bit different because I got my pencil condenser microphone right here plugged in as well. It's very strange recording myself in this scenario, but regardless, this is how I would set up my shotgun in the blimp and everything. Wired in, straps on and down, make sure they don't click the wire, and then plugged in here. As you can see, they go in pretty nicely. And if you've seen in the B-roll, you notice that it zips up pretty nice and the wires are pretty tucked in nicely. Obviously, I show you some up-close shots. And right here, it juts out. I took off that top piece, so it juts out really nicely, and it's not too concave in there. It's not concave at all, actually. It's juts out enough so you can press all the buttons and everything. I also have a arm strap for my phone, so if I need to use the app or whatever it is, sometimes it's easier, sometimes depending on what I'm doing. If it's a short shoot, I really don't bother with it, but if it's a long day, usually I set it up so that I don't have to stress too much. Now when it comes to the other side, you obviously have 3 more XLR ports as I showed you before. Nice zip up part here, so if you wanted to hide all the wires, but if you need access to it, it's pretty easy. Like you can see here that I'm not stressing too much to open it. And adjust the level of the headphones or whatever it is. Also, the pouch that I have here on the side, you could hang your headphones on it, which is really nice, and then you could just pop them right on your head. It's a little warm in here, so I don't want to wear my headphones if I don't have to. And like I said, it's pretty nice. I mean, you can use your boom however you want. Obviously, this is not set up properly, but this is just a rough estimate of what you would be dealing with the bag. This is kind of a shorter cable than I normally would use. I have a 6-foot cable right here. A 10-foot cable will be perfect, which I have a very sweet, I ordered a Mogami XLR cable, which is kind of like the top of the line one, so I'm very excited on that one to have it for my shoots and things like that. So yeah, for the most part, it's basically the 1 wire for your boom pole, possibly 2 if you have a 2 microphone setup on the boom pole, and you have your headphones coming out as well. Obviously you will have your transmitters in there as well, but right now I don't have that set up. You saw it all in the B-roll. So let's go finish this thing up and give you a little bit of my overall impressions on this really nice little bag. So that's it. That is the K-Tek Stinger bag, or any configuration of those words, for the Zoom F6. I really love this bag. It's very comfortable and very functional and very durable. I really enjoy this bag. I really think that it really optimizes my use of the Zoom F6 and makes my life a little bit easier when I do shoots and things like that. So if you liked the video, please hit the like button down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you have any comments, leave it down in the comment section. All I ask is you just be nice. You can be constructive, but just be nice. If you want to know anything about this bag, anything specific I may not have covered, just let me know down there. You could also ask me while I stream on the weekends. I'm really trying to get back into streaming on the weekends. I really miss just playing video games and hanging out and not working so hard. And also, if you like my vibe around here and things that I'm doing, mic reviews, tech reviews, accessories, and things like that, just hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified, and that bell, that also the bell thing too. You'll be notified when more videos come out and you'll be in the loop. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.
What I'm doing ain't working. It worked for a while, and now it's just gone tits up.